professionals who are passionate about what they do. So I am kind of feeling weird right now going after the both of them. So my motto really is, if you fail to plan,
Plan to fail.
yeah. So I tried to prepare myself for whatever comes at me today. So I brought my laptop. And what's in it is what we call Job Genius through Express Employment Professionals. It's got everything in there. But you know what? I don't have to open this up. You guys are smart. I've seen some of your resumes. You can go to expresspros.com and access some of the tools that we have. The program is called the Job Genius, and I appreciate, Renee knows the program well. It's got information on, interviewing skills, resume writing, career pathing, what to do in an interview, what to do after the interview, what the job trends are currently. So I would just recommend that you go to that website, expresspros.com, and instead of presenting that, I thought I would talk to you guys about a little bit about myself, Express Employment Professionals, and what we aim to do, and maybe a little bit of career paths, job trends, and then open it up just for some discussions back and forth. And I've seen you guys are pretty engaged, so I really, really love that. So I do have a few packets here on some job trends that we can pass out if anyone's interested in them.
How many are here?
Probably about 20, and so I don't.
So
realize
one
it's
for
gonna be a great
2 people? That's right.
I walked in here really, really impressed, seeing some Bible verses, okay? And I love what I see here. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord. All right? I walked in here and I saw, use your talents that God gave you, right? Every single one of you guys in here has a talent. You have a skill, a gift that you were given. I didn't know that when I was in high school. I just kind of knew, okay, I'm kind of smart, And I learned how to type. I typed 100 words a minute. I knew Excel. We were talking about Excel. I learned Microsoft Word. You know what? To me, it's like, I didn't consider that talent because it doesn't feed me. It didn't feed what I wanted to do. And I, was telling my mom and my dad, I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I want to go to school or, And so, I went to an agency. To be honest with you, in all of my career, I have never, ever once applied to a company on my own and submitted my resume to them on my own. I've always been through a staffing agency or headhunter or recruiter, okay? And I let them do the work for me. And I'm not recommending that you all do that, okay? I'm just saying I've been very fortunate that my career has kind of gone in that route, okay? But I guess whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart as working for the Lord. What I knew was that regardless of what skill set I had, great in math, great in typing, all of these things, later on what I realized was I wanted to help people. Okay, and I didn't know what that meant, help people. Is that you could do all kinds of things. You can work at Popeyes and help people. You can work at Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, that's helping people. But I kind of wanted to do, I wanted to do something I was really passionate about, okay? And that's helping companies succeed. So I went, I worked, and I went to school. I studied accounting. Graduated from Cal State Northridge with a business degree with an emphasis in accounting, and I kind of was planning, but not really. I kind of just let God pave the way, and I followed wherever the road was going to take me. Again, I'm not recommending that y'all do that. Plan, but at the same time, God's will is what is going to happen. Right? God will tell you where to go. As long as you know you're asking for the blessings to get to your destination, it's gonna be fine. But don't do nothing about it. Always continue to grow and improve on those things that you're looking for. And make sure you know thyself. Okay, I think that's probably one of my shortcomings when I was younger. I didn't know myself. I didn't know what to do. So here's, an example. I have a 22-year-old son, exactly like I was when I was younger. Has no clue what he wants to do. No clue. I know he's smart, but at the end of the day, he plays soccer, and he's right now coaching a bunch of babies, 6, 7-year-old soccer players, club soccer, basically. And you know what? The coaches there had asked him to take the license to coach, older kids in club. And he says, "Mom, I love it. It's so cool. I would do this for free."
Oh, wow.
I'm like, well, son, and come to realize that volunteering. So he got this offer to coach teams. Do you know what it pays to coach a club team? $1,200 for one team. Wow. So if he coached 3 teams, that's $3,600. $4,800 a month. A month. But, I didn't make that when I was 22. So I don't know where this is gonna go, but he loves soccer. He loves coaching kids, and now he's gonna get paid doing it.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
Right? So know thyself. Can anyone give me an example of those things that you're passionate about? I know you all have a talent.
I know for me, I'm really passionate about doing security. So I'm working with a company, actually not a company, like a corporation called CSC. It's short for Contemporary Service Corporation. So what we do is we do securities at sporting events, concerts, major events throughout like the city of LA. And so for me, I know I'm like really passionate on just really like protect and serve, because I used to be in the LAPD Cadet Academy when I was 14 for 3 years. And so one of the things I noticed, I'm really like passionate about not just serving but protecting, and like really like looking out for like other people's safety rather than my own. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. There's so much that can grow from that. So I've seen CSC at some job fairs that I've attended with them recruiting at some of the job fairs.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do that. You can end up owning your own firm. At one point, I actually know someone who did the same thing. Started as security, and now he does a lot of the security here in El Segundo.
Oh.
So really cool. Hi, George.
Hi. I think for me, it's being a mentor or a teacher. I think since high school, one of my teachers sat me down and she said, "You have so much potential, and then you can be a great teacher or someone who can lead people, but you're wasting it away because you're doing all this." And like when I had that talk with the teacher, I recognized that I was messing up and I needed to change that. And I think I started to be more of just getting everything together and helping others around me. And I saw how my heart just grew for people, just to want to help people. I considered even going to med school and being a doctor. And then I was like, I don't know about that. So now my career is more of a politics, political science, and helping people more like in the law aspects, because I'm also a minor in administration of justice, which is criminal justice, and just helping people through my plan was to help people through the immigration process, how to get people that have more papers in the United States.
Nice, very good, good. Messing up. What does messing up mean? Okay, I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, no one knows.
Messing
Come on,
up.
guys.
We all mess up. Okay, I'm going to tell you about my mess up. Okay, so I was going to school. I worked. I started to enjoy the money. I wanted the nice clothes. I wanted a car so I can go hang out with my friends and party. And I always kind of thought that I was doing okay, and then life happened. Life happened. Had a baby while I was going to school, and So now it's going to be, trying to feed the baby, keeping, a family, and trying to go to school and be successful and all that. Is that a mess up?
I don't think so. It wasn't planned, but
Yeah, you failed to plan. Right. But you know what? We all mess up in some way. We all mess up in some way. But if you turn to God and just ask for guidance and see if that was His plan, was it really a mess up? I'd hate to tell my son, dude. He's a really good kid. And you know what? He kept me straight, focused, and on path, built, my life to where it is today. Went to school. For me, I knew if I can do this with a kid, graduate from college, he's gonna see that I did it. Coming from a really challenged background, right? But I did it. If I can do it and I ain't that smart, he can do it too, right? And you guys can do it too. And so during that time, I worked at, I got a job at a medical device company, again, through the agency, and worked there for 18 years. After a bunch of jobs, by the way, okay? I started out as a secretary. Back then they called it secretary. You guys know what that is, right? Now it's administrative assistant. But I was a secretary because I typed like 100 words a minute, so they were like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's a talent, sure. And from there, I went to school. I was taking accounting, so they put me in a financial analysis role. I got accounting, and then marketing, and then sales and marketing, and got my degree, and just kind of built up from there. And after 18 years of developing kind of an identity with the medical device company, 18 years later, there was a mass layoff. I was amongst about 300 that year, and there was another 100 prior to that, and 100 prior to that year. So I was laid off. They gave me a pretty darn good severance package, and I took it, and I said, what do I do with all this money, right? I go, should I go back to school and squander away all this money for a graduate degree? And then what? I don't know. What's my talent? I have no clue. Again, I'm back to my high school days. So could people look at that and say, that's another mess up? I messed up because I lost my job? Not necessarily, I think. But you know what? An opportunity came. The company that I was with, St. Jude Medical, put me in an outplacement program where they helped me learn to write a resume. Because again, I'd never written a resume before. I'd never applied at a job before. I just went to an agency and they placed me to a typing job, an accounting job, a financial analysis job, and all these other places. I really didn't know what to do in looking for employment. So I was in an outplacement program, and I came across a business opportunity that looked really great. And I was like, I still don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet when I grow up. And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But they did a personality test on me, and it always came up with it's wanting to help people, just passionate about being a servant of God, helping, people succeed. And it came up with a profile of a list of business opportunities that I could go into, and I found Express Employment Professionals. And I was like, that really looked amazing. I want to go check them out. I want to learn everything about them. And you Google, yeah, I am still kind of young enough to know how to Google. And looked at them, see what they had to offer. They invited me to visit their headquarters in Oklahoma City. And on the building, have you been to their building over there? What does it say on the building right at the front? remember. God bless America. Does anyone really say anything about God anymore in the buildings? I saw that in the building. I was like, what? This is weird, you know? That's cool, but kind of weird. I don't really see this anymore. It was kind of a religious-based type of an organization. Our meetings are always start out with prayers, right? And meeting all the people, it was so weird. Oh my gosh, everybody hugs everybody all the time. I'm from California. No, arm's length, please. But you know what? I fell in love with the company, and I just decided I'm gonna do this. You know, being an accountant, financial analysis person, I wanted to do all the numbers I could possibly do your homework, know thyself, right? But at the end of the day, I prayed and prayed and said, please tell me what to do. I can't think anymore. But it just came to me, go sign up for Express Employment Professionals. And so about 6 months later of doing all kinds of homework, reading about Express, I opened up my office here in El Segundo. And since then, I've been having so much fun, just helping companies succeed, which is what I studied for in accounting, helping look at the financial, helping them with their production, their lead times, and what their needs are. And then, but guess what? I get to help people find work too, right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's pretty
You
awesome.
help one person find a job. How many people could I possibly have helped? Is there a potential to have helped maybe 4 people? Because that guy that I gave a job to has a wife and 2 kids that they gotta feed.
Yeah.
Right? Types of jobs that we have, all kinds of jobs. From janitorial, hotels. I have some dishwashers at the hotels. I have all the hotels here: Marriott Residence Inn, Hilton Garden Inn, Homewood Suites, DoubleTree, Cambria in El Segundo, Hotel MDR. You name it. We have room attendants, banquet servers. We have all of that. We also have accounting and human resources, sales. I am recruiting for a flexographic printer. That was way back when, a billion years ago. Who uses flexographic printers anymore? Accounting. I'm recruiting for an accounting manager who can use, I don't even remember the software anymore.
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks, but no, this is an old one. Graphic designers. I have a bunch of different jobs. Types of people that I get anywhere from, interviewing skills. Please dress professionally. You guys look great, right? But we probably have the means to look decent. But I do get some people also who do not have the means to dress up professionally. And I'm actually working with another company, with another organization. Clever name, but we're trying to put together a clothing drive so that we can help less fortunate people get to work in professional clothing. Clothes the deal, that's the name. Clothes the deal, clever name, right? But I, have interviewed people in some tattered clothing and just really unkept. And being a recruiter, what do you do? What's your job as a recruiter?
Help people succeed.
Yeah, but that's the fun. If you want to make it fun, yes. But the things that I don't like about my job is I promise my clients, the companies, that I would help profile people.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel very good when I look at someone up and down. Really? You're coming in to see me looking like that? But you know what? I actually have placed someone in a job. He was homeless, was living in his car. And he applied with me. Of course, they don't tell you that. You're still just profiling, kind of, okay, he partied all night and he's looking like this, right? But you know what? I found out later he didn't have the means to do that. I put him in a job to do like a property maintenance, and it wasn't, it was a decent job. Now he is doing the maintenance for the whole company. He started out at $18 an hour, and I don't know what he's making now, but he comes to the office all the time, gives me a hug. Again, it's weird, I get weirded out. But no, he now has a home. He's doing really well. He comes to the office and visits all the time. So I guess the point being is we hire for all kinds of things. We would put you in a job and all kinds of different things, but know yourself or really understand what it is that you're looking for, and communicate, right? Because yes, it is kind of embarrassing to say, I'm sorry, I look like this, but I just don't have the money to buy the clothes, but get me this job and I will do everything I can to help you out. Help me out, helped him out, helped my client out, right? Be an exceptional employee and person. We have one of our processes at Express is a quality control check. Just because you got the job doesn't mean that's it. You still gotta perform. We'll call on the first day, we'll call at the end of the day, the middle of the day, on the second day, and even every Friday we'll call and find out how you're doing. And my friend Luis, he continued to do well. My clients are always raving about him. MSA, you guys talked about. No skills, we talked about already. Everyone in here has a skill, whether it is memorizing the menu of a restaurant because you're a server. You know what this is. You know the best plate, the plate of the day, the special of the day. How to explain what the what's inside the drink, so on.
Right.
Mentor. Building careers. Mentor. I have a mentor. I think Renee knows her. She was the one who called her here from Covina. Exactly. I call her every so often when I'm feeling down, when I feel like my job is not really very good. I didn't feel good because I had to profile somebody because of what he was wearing or how he looked or how he spoke, right? That's not what I signed up here to do, but you get in the weeds sometimes, when you get that job, you get in the weeds of what you're trying to do, that you forget what you're trying to do in the first place, which is help people, right? Going on to networking, wherever you go, who do you know? I want to believe that everybody in this world is good. Who says that people are born bad or evil? Who says that they're good? We're all angels. Right. I want to say that people tend to want to help other people. When I lost my job, I thought, oh, this is so embarrassing. I'm not going to tell anybody until I have another job, another great job that, is going to make me look glamorous, right? But no, your next door neighbor might be looking for somebody because they want to help somebody too. So, all you can say is, hey, there was some mass layoff at my company or whatever happened in your case. And people, I would want to say, are going to want to help you. I am part of the Rotary International here in El Segundo.
Not the Kiwanis one?
That's enough. They're kind of okay, but we're cooler. But the Rotary clubs, the chambers of commerce, they're looking for people who, it's a nonprofit organization. They're always looking for volunteers to help the desks when there's an event. So you can get to meet a bunch of people there. It's not just about the websites or putting your ad out on Career Builder or ZipRecruiter. It's also about who you know, expanding your network, getting into LinkedIn, but not just that, having a communication, because a lot of those job sites, your resume will go in the email black hole, and that's where it stays. So talk to people. go to the Rotary, or, okay, come on, it's fine. And tell them, you know, you're currently looking for a job, this is what happened, these are my skills, can I help in any capacity? I can take tickets. Last Friday was the most fun I've had in a long time. It was a beer and wine festival. Yeah, and I volunteered for the silent auction table. So I manned the table, and I met a lot of people there. I wasn't looking for a job. I have a job, but can you imagine if you were manning the table? It's fun. You get to meet a bunch of people, and guess what? You might get a business card and tell you that there's a job opportunity where they work. And all you did really was volunteer for a social cause, and you're helping people find out what this the silent auction means. The highest one that I got was a $10,000 Goodyear blimp. I was explaining. All you have to do is explain it. Easy stuff. There were 2 tickets for the Goodyear blimp, and it went up to a $10,000 bid.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, how hard is that to explain? Can you say? It was a $10,000 bid. Easy job, right? So, tell me about other things, other skills that you think might be kind of not really, you think would be presentable? Like being in the sun. It's a skill. That's a really good skill. Likes being outside, likes dogs. You know how much money the postal service mailmen get? They make some pretty good, decent money, and yeah. You like being out in the sun? I love the sun. I wouldn't mind just walking out there all day, every day. I could be a workout. Tell me about any other skill sets that you guys are interested in. Jared. My son's name is Jarrell.
I'm passionate about drawing. I've always been good at drawing. I've been drawing since I was 3. Wow. It's crazy because a lot of people tell me I draw really fast too. Just the way you make it glide on paper. Recently I just drew for a group of friends, we've been chatting and stuff. And they're like, I didn't know you knew how to draw, Jared. And I drew, and they're like, bro, you drew that in 2 minutes. And it was it's been a while since I wowed somebody with my art because life can get in the way. So I haven't been having that type of feeling to draw anymore. So kind of drawing something out of me.
Come on, Jared.
Yeah.
So what kinds of jobs would you want to apply for, or have you been applying for?
I mean, to be practical, it's just the way things is set up right now, it's just something to just get by. But if anything, I was I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an idea, okay? So I live in Porter Ranch. It took me an hour and maybe 15 to get here this morning. It takes me about an hour and a half usually to get to work every day. My son lives with me, and he loves to draw also. And he, like I said, he still doesn't know what he wants to do when he grows up because he thinks drawing is not really a career. It's not a talent, kind of like when I said loving math was not a talent, right? But I have a job coming up, temporary job, starting on April 18th for about a week. And they just needed a receptionist just to answer phones and clean the kitchen and stuff. It's with a company called Cachila Digital Marketing. So they do designer work, digital marketing work. My son really likes art, and he's like, I would love to do that. I will be a receptionist. Would you be okay to do a receptionist job?
Yeah.
To be at an industry that may spur your
Great idea.
right? To spur your career. So he's gonna take my time. I talked to my client, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, bring him in. $18 an hour to answer phones, and to meet the digital designers there. Right?
Yeah.
He was accepted to Otis College of Art and Design. So he's thinking about that. Mommy's thinking about that. 'Cause I don't know if I can afford it. So, I think anyone else? I think I have like 1-2 minutes left. Shall we?
When you had mentioned the clothing deal, because I think a skill that I have is I'm a really good shopper. I'm very budget. I can find whatever I need for I don't have a great job, so for very, very cheap. And so I always wanted to figure out how to make what I like to do, which is I love shopping, bring me money. So there was a time when I still do it sometimes, is buy stuff I find that's high end at thrift stores and I can sell it on Poshmark. But I wanted to know what your advice was with Close the Deal. I would like to eventually be able to be a consultant for maybe what you do, you can send me people that I can help, either, get donated clothes, but eventually teach them how to find clothes for cheaper prices so that it's not a one-time thing that they can continue to know how to buy clothes for a cheaper price. You don't always have to go to high-end stores to dress high-end. So what is a good, where can I start in that area to be able to eventually have my own business doing the same?
Okay, fantastic idea. Look me up. I work with a Close the Deal. Maybe we can set up a meeting or something with them. I'm Anarissa Cachila, Express Employment Professionals. Anarissa.Cachila@expresspros.com. Email me, and I'll try to help out. Anyone else? I had someone back there. Sorry.
One more? Yeah, just do one more before you.
Okay. What's your name?
Helen. I think something that I don't know, it just came as you were talking, and then with the clothes deal, stuff like that. So for me, well, I'm reading to transfer into university right now, but my major is psychology. But I've always thought about sociology, and then also within the church we have this nonprofit organization called Mercy Worldwide, and so I've always thought of just helping the need. So whether that was just the homeless, because we have so many homeless people here, and just I feel in other states it's not that big of a problem. So just finding out what they do, or even just helping out how you how you were saying you guys are gonna provide clothes for people so they can go for an interview. And I've seen that a lot on social media where people give them haircuts, or they dress them nicely so that they can actually get a job and stuff like that. So I think just helping people, because I noticed the different majors that I liked, it always involves helping people, whether it's physical therapy, that's something I was interested in before, or wanting to be a nurse or wanting to be a psychologist. So I don't know, I guess just helping.
Well, you're putting yourself in the right places to explore and to identify what that is. When you're done doing that, come see me. You want to be a recruiter in my office?
There you go.
Okay.